We'll start with Ron DeSantis, who wins the GOP governor primary election. DeSantis, who was endorsed by President Trump, defeated Adam Putnam by more than 12,000 votes Tuesday night. Here's what DeSantis had to say to the audience of his Orlando viewing party.
Not every people, in fact, most people who get elected to public office are not leaders. Most of them are politicians. A leader is somebody who's willing to do what's right, even when it's not easy, even when it's politically difficult. And if you look at my track record from athletics to the military to fighting to drain the swamp in Washington, I've been willing to take the tough stands, the principled positions, even when it was detrimental to me politically. I had more money spent negative on me than all the other candidates in the race combined and governor on both sides of the aisle. But that's fine. I'm willing to stand up because I know standing up for the people of Florida is the right thing to do.
That was DeSantis reflecting on his primary win tonight on how he feels about being Florida's Republican gubernatorial candidate. And Andrew Gillum is the first ever African-American in Florida to become a nominee for governor. Progressive Sarasota, a local organization that canvassed and phone banked for Gillum, celebrates his primary win tonight at the Reserve in Sarasota. Here's what Gillum had to say about his nomination.
I got to tell you all, I am overwhelmed. You know, there were just a few people who said that this moment would not be possible. A few. And then there were a few more who believed that this thing was possible. As I have said, as I moved all across the state of Florida, that this thing is not about me. It never has been, and it never will be. This race is about every last single one of us, right?
You just heard from Andrew Gillum, courtesy of our partner WKMG, and those were our two gubernatorial candidates. Now we go to Adam Putnam, who conceded in the race against Ron DeSantis. Here's footage from Putnam's election result viewing party in Orlando as well Tuesday night. And here's what he had to say after losing to Ron DeSantis by a 26% margin.
This past Saturday night, we were in a barn with 400 people in Temple Terrace, and as I looked across that audience and I saw the children and the grandchildren, the families who'd come out, the multi-generations, the veterans, I can't help but know in my bones that there was some young person who came to that event who was going to be less cynical about our politics, more patriotic about our country, and more convinced than ever that we are so blessed to live in a country that is exceptional.
And Putnam not the only one to take to the podium for a gracious concession speech tonight. We also heard from Democrat Gwen Graham, who lost the nomination to Andrew Gillum. She said she obviously didn't envision giving her concession speech tonight, but is of course happy to congratulate friend and Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum on his victory. Take a listen.
Andrew and I have been friends for a very long time. We were friends before this race began, we are friends today, and we will be friends into the future. And I said, now, Andrew, go out and win this damn thing. Because this is too important for the state of Florida. This is too important. This election was never about the candidate. It was always about the importance for the future of the state that we all love.
District 74, after defeating Linda Yates in the primary, winning 60% of the vote. Now he's looking toward November.
And I'm going to run for the people in this district. And at the end of the day, you know, I've approached this campaign like I approached the last, like I've approached any. You know, at the end of the day, it's about the people of the district and running on those issues that are most important to them. As a principled conservative, you know, I believe it's very important that we make sure that we're fiscally conservative at the state level.
That's James Buchanan looking ahead. Samantha Sonner got the chance to speak to him and his father, Vern, tonight. And also tonight, our Nadine Young spoke to David Shapiro, who scored Congressional District 16 Democratic primary tonight. A close race between Shapiro and his opponent, Sarasota attorney Jan Schneider. And Tuesday night, Shapiro celebrated his win at the Southgate Community Center alongside dozens of Sarasota Democrats and Democratic candidates running for other seats.
We won. We were successful. I, too, feel the energy. I'm ready for the next 68 days. We're going to work hard. We're going to talk to the voters, and we're going to win this thing.
Hero there on his primary win. He will take on incumbent U.S. Representative Vern Buchanan November 6th to win the seat. And Shirley Brown wins the District 4 school board seat for Sarasota County. Brown has been on the board since 2006, and she attended the Democratic Watch Party also at the Southgate Community Center. Brown was confident going into tonight's election, but still unsure of what her results could be.
We expected to be up in the vote by mail. You know, Democrats usually are up by the vote by mail, and we really work the vote by mail. And we know that on election day, more Republicans come out. And so I knew I needed a lead coming in, and actually I was surprised how close it was, you know, with that. But I'm glad we held on.
Brown says this win reinforces that the community still supports her and what she wants to do for public schools. And Linda Yates' campaign running for the District 74 state representative seat comes to an end tonight. Yates lost to James Vern Buchanan at the Republican primary election on an 18% difference. She spoke to us outside of her watch party about the details of her race.
My supporters have been phenomenal, wonderful, and I couldn't do something like this without them. So it's a team, and you know, I just can't say enough good things about them.
A close race. Yates had only ran for 4 months and believes she could have had a stronger chance and force with more time in the race, something she will of course remember looking ahead to the future. Justin Cody Willis ran against Jane Goodwin for school board member in District 5. Willis and his supporters gathered at the family table in Northport Tuesday night, and despite his loss, Willis was surrounded by friends and family as they celebrated his race. Willis says he's proud of the work they accomplished, but there's more work to be done.
You just got to enjoy it. That's what this is all been about. And I've got to teach my 5 kids what community really is, and they've got to see people show up in a way that I never expected. So there's nothing I would change about this. We accomplished our goal.
It's a good outlook there. Although he lost his race, he remained positive and continued to spread his message about mental health in schools. Thanks to our whole SNN team for getting out there tonight and getting you those results.